I'm Alicia, back with more of the best of my releases journey. Today we are at one of the biggest stupa in Nepal and one of the largest in the world, Boudha Nath Stupa. It is a purification, protection and a wish granting stupa. And yes, this destination is definitely my favorite getaway. Following the footsteps of Buddha, today we are at the magnificent Boudha Nath Stupa, which is the highest regarded Buddhist pilgrimage in Nepal, which is centrally located in the bustling area of Boudha in the eastern Kathmandu and is flocked by hundreds of visitors and pilgrims across the country. Situated in a very vibrant, colorful and animated city of Kathmandu, Boudha Nath Stupa lies in the area of almost 7 kilometers from the Kathmandu city center, close to the airport, and also almost 5 kilometers from the northeast of the Tamil, which is the popular Kathmandu tourist hangout. Today we will definitely explore one of the largest stupa in Asia. So without a further ado, let's get inside. Buddhism is a broad concept. In fact, it is a global belief system. So we have decided in our today's episode to travel to one of the wonders of the Buddhist world. Yes, the Buddhist world, which will offer a unique insight into an ancient belief system still practiced today. Buddhism began over 2,500 years ago when one man with his amazing internal revelation beneath the peepal tree. And yes, today this belief system is practiced by over 350 million people, and with numbers continuing to grow day by day. In our today's episode, we have decided to find more on the three jewels of Buddhism. First, Buddha, who is the founder of their religion. Second is the Sangha, the community of monks and nuns. And third is the Dharma, the preaching and the teaching of Buddha, which is also called what Buddha discovered, also known as truth. So without a further ado, we'll just have with the perfect ambience of Boudha Nath Stupa, we'll stroll around the periphery of the stupa and we'll find more on this three jewel of the Buddhism. And yes, according to the sources, having seeded a radical new world, Gautam Buddha, Lord Buddha, died at the age of 84. His bodies were cremated, but his bones remain unburnt, and those were distributed among various tribes, rulers and community. And they now have honored their founder by building these kinds of monuments and stupa over his remains. Therefore, yes, Boudha Nath Stupa is one of the wonders of the Buddhist world, and definitely this place is a sacred place for hundreds of pilgrims and visitors from across the world. Hello.
Yes.
Hi, can we have a small conversation?
Yes.
Hi, where are you from?
Malaysia.
If you go back to Malaysia, what would you suggest to your friend circle about this magnificent Boudha Nath Stupa?
Before I come there, my friend, 10 people come with me.
Come with you?
Yeah. But 1 week they're already back to Malaysia.
That means you are promoting Nepal and Boudha Nath. Thank you so much for that. And what you're buying right now? Are you sure? Did you like it? While walking around the stupa, you get sensed as you get watched. That's because the Buddha's all-seeing primordial eyes staring down at you. Between each pairs of eyes, as you can see, there's a question mark look-alike symbol. That is actually a symbol of Nirvana, representing Nepali number 1, also symbolizing unity in the Buddhist faith. That's what. And yes, let me inform everybody that there's a particular reason there's no ears, because according to the legend, Lord Buddha did not want to hear him being worshipped, and that's what is unique about Buddhism. Buddhism is a religion that has no central authority figure, but instead there is a man, a credo master, who gave us this beautiful, beautiful new world. We could find many traditional shops selling singing bowls. In exploring inside one of them, a shopkeeper who had been involved in this business for more than 20 years enlightened us with the traditional process. Yes, the shopkeeper is showing us the actual practical ways to use singing bowl as a cure to muscle joints in migrants as well. Let's see the very traditional methods of using singing bowl. These powerful healing singing bowls ranges from minimum Nepali rupees 500 to maximum unlimited. Immensely impressive, and significance of the Boudha Nath Stupa is not how it looks, but what it means. The Boudha Nath Stupa was built to represent something special, and the man who built was nothing less but the incarnation of the Buddhist mind. The symbol of the Boudha Nath Stupa is very important. It represents the 5 elements of air, water, fire, space and wind in different sizes and put together in an idealistic form, representing an idea that Buddha's mind is an awareness that the universe is an ideal environment for the human beings to achieve freedom from the world. Surrounding the Boudha Nath Stupa is more integrated, and with the presence of these highly authentic shops, a former painter and a seller himself, Suresh Kusing, acknowledged us more on mastering the art of Thangka paintings, whose price ranges depending upon the quality and the size, varying between Nepali rupees 500 to more than 5 lakhs. Yes, definitely. The shops around the Boudha Nath Stupa gives us the interesting experience with beautiful and antique handicrafts of all budgets and also beautiful paintings of Thangkas. We are at one of the best Thangka shops around the periphery of Boudha Nath Stupa, and yes, with the owner we'll have a little conversation. हामीलाई थान्काको के इम्पोर्टेन्स सिग्निफिकेन्स भनिदिनु न.
थान्का भनेको चाहिँ खास अब यो आर्ट हो हैन, यो अब शान्तिको प्रतिनिधित्व गर्छ अरे हैन. यो चाहिँ हामी प्राय हामी आफै लेख्छौँ अनि यसपछि हामी बाहिर एक्सपोर्ट गर्छौँ. सबै प्राय युरोप अमेरिका हुन्छ.
त्यस्तो कुन कन्ट्रीमा एक्सपोर्ट हुन्छ?
पहिले चाहिँ तपाईको अमेरिकातिर हुन्थ्यो हैन, युरोपमा हुन्थ्यो, जापानतिर हुन्थ्यो, कोरियामा हुन्थ्यो. अहिले चाहिँ खास यो उसमा के अरे चाइनामा छ.
अनि एउटा थान्का कम्प्लिट गर्न कति दिन जति लाग्छ?
ठुलो साइज एकदम बेस्ट क्वालिटी लेख्नु पर्यो भने तपाईलाई मिनिमम 2 years 3 years लाग्छ.
सबभन्दा यो स्टोरमा सबभन्दा म्याक्सिमम एक्सपेन्सिभ थान्कास देखाइदिनु होला हामीलाई.
4 लाख जति पर्छ.
4 लाख जति हैन, 4 lakhs. अनि what about the least expensive? यिनीहरू the price ranges between 500. हजुर. आर्टिस्टहरू चाहिँ नेपालीज हुन्छ कि they are trained from abroad कि थाङ्काज आर्टिस्टहरू?
नेपाली नै हो हैन. अब विशेष गरी यो आर्ट थाङ्का चाहिँ नेपालको तामाङहरूले गर्छ. सबै प्राय तामाङ आर्टिस्टहरू हैन. अब यो चाहिँ जेनेरेसन टु जेनेरेसन नै हो.
हजुर.
ग्रान्डफादरले गर्यो भने फादर सनले सबै गरेर आएको सिक्दै आएको पहिलेदेखि नै हो. धेरै अगाडिदेखि.
Thangka is a symbol of peace. The Thang means the piece of cloth and Ka means god and goddesses. Overcoming with the problems of carrying metal heavy statues of deities, Buddhist followers discovered the paintings on Thangka, which seem to be quite feasible for meditation purposes anywhere and elsewhere. Not even a month since Boudha Nath was reopened after its repair and consecration ceremony, it is once again crowded with devotees and tourists circumambulating and offering prayers. Yes, I can have a very beautiful look of the Baku. This actually really attracted me so much because the airlines I used to work, they used to have this Baku ensemble as the official dress. Therefore, I'm very attracted to Baku. I know what it is called as well. This is called Hanju, and there is one small layers which is worn by a married woman specially. It's called Pangden. So yes, this ensemble is really very beautiful, and this is the traditional dress of Tibetan women. They especially wear this very unique dress in the special functions such as the wedding, the Losar, the New Year's, and the various occasion. It's quite really beautiful and attractive. As you can see beneath the dome, there are rows of prayer wheels, also called Mani, which is embossed by a famous mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum. And yes, also just beneath the dome, you can see an added terrace, which has a remarkable niches of 108 stone sculpted deities in the Ning Mapa school pantheon. So from this entrance, we will just go and walk around the added terrace just beneath the dome. Come, follow with me. As you can see, it's also written here, Boudha Nath Stupa suffered extensive damage and the repairs were needed because of the earthquake that hit Nepal in April 21st, 2015. But the best part is in November 14, 2016, the reconstruction and the repair part was completed with a huge consecration ceremony with the return of the prayer flags. And yes, I still remember that day, Boudha Nath Stupa was glorified with electrical rainbow lights with the rituals that almost followed for 1 week. And yes, I have learned that the Boudha Area Development Committee collected almost 30 million from the members, and almost 142.2 million from domestic and foreign aids to complete the magnificent repair and reconstruction work of the Boudha Nath Stupa. And yes, the initiation taken by the people and the committee is something to look upon as the exemplification of the humanity and benevolence. And yes, today, because of them, Boudha Nath Stupa stands still and stronger than ever. This religiously important monument is one of the biggest stupa in the world, with one of the biggest mandala. The mandala, which is also believed to be a mansion of Buddha. The mandala is so large that because of this mandala, Boudha Nath Stupa is one of the largest spherical stupa in the world. And as you can see, in the base of the stupa, there are 3 levels in the decreasing size, and the spot we are standing here is, I think, the 3rd base. And this base is believed to depict the earth. And as you can see, between the pairs of eyes, there's a 13 steps which represents the Bodhisattva's ground of complete enlightenment. And just above the 13 steps, there's a lotus that is the symbol of compassion and purity. And above the lotus, there is an umbrella, which is believed to be a protector of the 3 jewels I've already mentioned: Buddha, the founder; Dharma, the preaching and teaching of Buddha; and the Sangha, the community of monks and nuns. And above the umbrella, there's a pinnacle, which is a symbol of the Mount Sumeru, the king of mountains. Hello sir, first in a traditional Nepali greeting, Namaste. Welcome to Nepal indeed. One of the reasons Alexander from Italy decided to visit Boudha Nath Stupa was to know more on Buddhist and their religion, and he defined his experience as completely touching and connecting.
Oh, it's amazing. It's full of people from different countries and religion. It's such a peaceful and alive place.
Thank you so much.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice meeting with you. Hello, namaste. Where are you from?
From France.
From France. So this is your first time to Boudha Nath?
Yes.
Yes.
Nepal,
First time in Nepal. Wow. And you are on this auspicious day of the World Peace Puja where it's happening there. So you're liking the ambience of Boudha Nath, right?
Oh yes, we
Yes.
really appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you so much and keep visiting Nepal and Boudha Nath. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you very much.
We consider ourselves extremely fortunate enough to become a part of the Vishwa Shanti Puja organized by Buddhist Social Service Center, Buddha Samaj Seva Kendra. I feel utterly privileged and driven listening to His Greatness Rinpoche, and this Vishwa Shanti Puja will be performed for 10 consecutive days, and today being the 8th day, great monks and nuns, noble scholars and worshippers from various corners of the world were graced performing rites and rituals praying for the world peace.
Actually, the Boudha Nath is, can say, whole world representative of Buddhism. This history is longer than Boudha Stupa. And even Guru Pema Sambhava, he first convention Buddhist Chitava, which place here. Because Guru Pema Sambhava, he before enlightenment, he is son of the who is the mother of the building this Boudha Nath. Then we all of us follow to Buddhism and even follow to Guru Pema Sambhava. So this year is fire monkey year. Actually, monkey year is 12 years one time. Fire monkey year 60 years, 60 year is at one time.
60 years.
Yes. So means our lifetime only one time. We very hard to another 60 years will live in the world. So they will choice this year. Prayer is first reason is that. First reason is because of this Boudha Nath. Second reason is this year's Guru Rinpoche born year. The third reason because we few years, 2 years before Nepal very bad earthquake here. We don't know how to resolve like this problem because the outside like the earthquake, all of those things, the people cannot control. Even syntax also cannot control. Just to be prayer for Buddha, save to the people, save the country. Then that is the third reason because in the history inside the Nepal countries never stopped the Buddhism lineage here. Yeah, Buddha born in Lumbini. Until now, this continually Buddhist country.
In the competitive world where people are vying to reach on top, the fact here lies the sorrow, misery and natural calamities that does not differentiate between categories of people, self-proclaiming them as rich or beautiful. Therefore, they have gathered here today sharing the importance on unity and equality, praying to save the people and praying to save the world.
हिंसा भनेको त आजकलका प्रमाणमा भनौँ न वर्ल्डमा भनौँ अब द्वन्द्व कला के वैदेवी प्रकोपहरू केहरू त्यस्तो भइरहेको छ अनि हालैमा हामीले पोहोर अब त्यत्रो महाभूकम्प आयो, क्षतिपूर्ति भयो, मानिसको क्षति भयो, धन सम्पत्तिको सबै क्षति भयो अनि अझै पनि त्यस्तो आउनेको सम्भावना छ होला। अनि हामीले चाहिँ हो त्यो अहिले यहाँ गुरु पद्मा सम्भव हो उसको मन्त्र हो, त्यसैले यो मन्त्र यो जप गरेर त्यो पछिको लागि चाहिँ हामीले केही हुनु सक्छ कि हुन्छ होला भनेर एउटा आशाले हामीले यो राखेको।
And we were there in the Boudha Nath Stupa in the time of the month where devotees and worshippers were in the process of hanging up these beautiful and colored prayer flags up in this mesmerizing blue sky.
हामीले पनि बौद्ध धर्म मान्नेहरूले सबै त्यतैदेखि पहिला सबै प्रचार भएको भनेको चाहिँ त्यति बेलाको हो। त्यसैले अनि गुरु पद्मा सम्भवको मन्त्र चाहिँ जपे भने चाहिँ हामीले जस्तै अब यो भूत प्रेत केहरू हामीलाई बाधाहरू आइरहेको हुन्छ नि त, द्वन्द काला के बिरामी केहरू भइरहेको छ नि, हो त्यस्तो चाहिँ नआओस् भनेर चाहिँ उहाँले चाहिँ प्रार्थना गर्नु।
The stupa feels more alive with the soft chant of Buddhist monks and smell of burning incense. It is believed that this great stupa was built during the Kashyap Buddha's end period and the beginning period of Shakyamuni Buddha. Buddhist people believes that the relics of Kashyap Buddha, the third Buddha of Bhadrakalpa, was enshrined in the dome of the stupa. This great stupa is known as the mind nature of Buddhas of three times, past, present and the future. This great stupa is also called the stupa of enlightenment of Boudha Stupa. Along with the elaborated shop, this small shop run by a blind elder just caught our attention. Hearing a soothing chanting and realizing a good vibes, he certainly defines the essence around the dome. So if you are in Nepal for one of the many festivals, you can visit Boudha Nath Stupa. In the most celebrated festivals such as Mamla Jatra, Chechu Puja, Losar, Timal Jatra, Buddha Jayanti, a festival which is celebrated on the full moon in the Nepali month Baisak and also called Buddha Purnima, and also Rupai Jatra are one among few. Around the stupa, there are groups of men who shared a common vision, and this group came to be a formalized community called Sangha. Like I mentioned before, the Sangha community comprising of monks and nuns are one of the jewel of Buddhism. And at Boudha Nath, early in the morning before dawn, monks and nuns of various ages gathers together for their first ritual of the day. And yes, these Sangha community are the oldest and the most active spiritual organization in the world. And the best part is, this community also includes women who devote their life truly to the spiritual development, free from distractions and responsibilities of the domestic daily conventional lifestyle, and who devote their life to the wish, to the understanding of the philosopher ideas. Behind me is Tamang Gompa, and these Gompas are the important cultural highlights around the periphery of the Boudha Nath Stupa. And Tamang Gompa is considered to be one of the most religious and the oldest Gompa around the periphery of the Boudha Nath Stupa. So whenever you decided to come here, you should just observe and take some time to go to these cultural highlighted important places as well for a rewarding experience. So let's get inside. Often at time we hear this particular word karma, which is quite often common in social networking site and youths referring to as what goes around comes back. But according to Buddhist understanding, karma is just more than a fate. It's a law that every cause has an effect. It explains many important things in life, such as inequality in life, and it underlines the importance of the individual responsible for their past, present action. So have you ever tried of testing your karmic effects of your action? It's quite simple. You just have to sum up looking at your intention of your action, and if the effect of your action on yourself and to others is positive, then you're definitely in the right path. But if not, you should definitely give a second thought. And exactly, these wheels of life demonstrate the same. There's always a thin boundary between birth and death. As per the commoner's understanding on dharma and karma, this is what they had to share.
मनले चेताएको जसबाट मनलाई आराम आउँछ त्यही
आराम आउँछ dharma. And what is karma to you?
त्यही मनले चेताएकोलाई पुरा गर्नलाई गरिने
Something about a spiritual research of ourselves and our connection to the world.
What about karma?
Karma is about treating the other people with respect and right. It's not just for yourself, it's for the peace of the whole world.
धर्म भन्दाखेरि हामीले धर्म धेरै थरी परेको हुन्छ हाम्रो शरीरले गर्नेहरू धर्म छ अनि वचनले गर्ने धर्महरू छ हैन हाम्रो मनले गर्ने धर्महरू छ त्यो तीनटामा हामीले चाहिँ खास महत्त्वपूर्ण धर्म भनेको चाहिँ मनले गर्ने धर्मलाई चाहिँ
It is like a wish-granting jewel which automatically answers any entreaty and prayer that is made to it. And it is believed that whoever offers prostration in homage to it will take birth as a chakra-wielding monarch of 1,000-world system. And also those who circumambulate it will acquire the 7 qualities of the higher existence. Yes, there are a number of eateries around the vicinity of this magnificent and charming Boudha Nath Stupa to try out a great Tibetan meal. You can come here for a lunch to try out some Tibetan dumpling, also called momo, Tibetan noodle soup called thukpa, or else you could try out a Chinese or a Tibetan tea here. And these kind of rooftop restaurants, you can have a closer view of the entire Boudha Nath Stupa. And yes, the view is absolutely panoramic and the bird-eye view of the entire stupa. And yes, with a great meal and the amazing view, what else do you need? And if you can, I highly recommend you to come here around the vicinity of the Boudha Nath Stupa and spend one night in one of the local guest houses of the Boudha Nath area to experience most out of it, and also explore through the traditional shops and just visit the Gompa, which is just a few minutes walk from the main stupa. And yes, I also suggest you to come to this wonderful place at the night time, because around the vicinity of the Boudha Nath Stupa, thousands of candles are lit during the night time. So you must come here once in a lifetime. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed our today's episode. And yes, this magnificent and charming Boudha Nath Stupa is well worth a visit, because if you are willing to see how Buddhist monasteries and monuments are like, this stupa is definitely a stupa with an interesting tale. And yes, pilgrimage destination and journey is not always singular. It can be a journey to expedite your wrong works or deeds, or it can be a journey of a complete enlightenment or a chance to regenerate your mental and physical well-being. That's all for today. I, along with my entire crew from Bodhi Television, Buddhism from Lumbini to the world, will definitely see you all in the next episode. Until then, keep traveling.